I'm in the Porsche, yeah. Right. When I ride this one out. Right. Then put my St. Louis hat on. Right. Yeah. See, I'm a St. Louis nigga, a money gon' get her. Don't matter how I look because the money gon' get her. I'm the St. Louis nigga, a U City nigga.
Yeah, that's where it all starts. That's what we do all day, bitches. We back in this motherfucker. We back. We out here from St. Louis, downtown, the Ville, North Side, West Side, Hillsdale, baby. Shout out to moms, my brother, rest in heaven, Ron, all the niggas in the hood, Al, Aunt Baby, Al Baby, Mike Kissart. Hey, shout out to MK, Snoop B, Chibo, Roy, Moan, Frico. Hey, Lil Repeat, shout out to you. Go ahead, press your bump, do your time, stay out the way, or fuck it, nigga, do the heels their way. We take that shit over. Shout out to everybody out there. We are motherfucking back because this is what we do. STL all day. Fuck what you talking about. STL versus everybody. Shout out to the ass kickers. AAFL. We are motherfucking here. And we finna show you motherfuckers where it goes. Shout out to everybody doing their thing. We back. This shit is finna get live. Shout out to everybody. So check it out. Here we go. Intros. Welcome. It's been a crazy off season. Welcome back to the first show of the 2024 AAFL season, off-season edition, mock draft edition. Disclaimers. This for entertainment values only. Ain't that right? Shout out to the commission. Entertainment values only on the mock and the show. That's my new thing. This shit is for entertainment. Listen, if you take our advice, that shit work out, give us some motherfucking credit. Take our advice, that shit don't work out, you a grown fucking man. Do your own motherfucking scout. But that's it. Listen, man. Keep telling y'all, we not cut from the same fabric because they cut from the same cloth. They start making my fabric. This off season, it's been some trades. To get to know the owner segments, hey, shout out to everybody that did it. Shout out to everybody that thought they wanted to, but the schedules couldn't line up. Shout out to everybody that did do it, and we had a good time doing it. Hope everybody got a little insight. Don't forget about the draft party. It goes down. I think it's August 29th. August 19th this year. Same place, same time, same Millionaire Bacon, baby. But I'm not finna hold you, motherfuckers. I'm not finna hold y'all because I don't want this to be a long, drawn-out show. But this is the first round mock draft from Roy from the Rankins crew. We're going to go ahead and go through it. We're not going to take a long time. We're going to keep on going through this shit. But shout out to Roy from the Rankins crew making this shit happen. Listen. When all this shit get ready to go down, man, all of this for entertainment value. So we're going to go ahead and break this shit down. So first pick overall, we got the El Patrons. Now, according to, again, I want to say this, entertainment value. But the shit work out, it might work. So El Patron, he has the number 1 overall pick. According to Roy from Rankins crew, Marvin Harrison Jr., when you're the faster, bigger, and stronger version of your Hall of Fame father, you go number 1 in fantasy football drafts. This is a no-brainer to the Rankins crew. Fun fact, MHJ should be the first ever wide receiver selected number 1 overall in the AFL draft. I'd be shocked if MHJ is not the first player off the board. Now, all of those things are true. He's probably another 6 inches taller than his dad, a little bit more physical, definitely weighs more. I wasn't sold on Marvin Harrison Jr., but over the last couple of weeks, I've been seeing some things. Dude out there putting in work, and who else they gonna throw it to? So he may go off the board. Not to say that I disagree, but I do have inside information that the El Patrons, they not 100% convinced as well. So we'll see how that shit go. Shout out to the El Patrons. Moving on to number 2. The New York City Matrix. Shout out to Said. The homie Said is the friend of the show. But this team has not been fantasy relevant in a while. So, hence the number 2 pick. Now, you got Malik Neighbors. Every pundit you listen to says Neighbors is a dog. A legit question between him and MHJ as number one. The franchise passed on Jamar Chase. Facts. Will they do it again? This franchise loves quarterbacks. They do. And tight ends, so you never know. Neighbors should get a lot of targets with the Giants as there is only one. They're the only real option. You just never know with a bad franchise. That's why they are bad. That last part did not have to be added. But so we'll go ahead and say this. I agree. Neighbors is, to me, if I had the number one overall pick, Neighbors no brainer. Neighbors no brainer. But only because who else they gonna throw to? That safety drops down every play. He double team. He might not get the targets, or he'll get the targets, but I mean no real yardage, contested catches and shit like that. So he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. But with the quarterback that he has, Daniel Jones is not all that accurate. And then when you have to force feed it to him, I'm hearing rumors that Slayton is getting ready to go, and some third stringer is going to take his spot. So I get it, but also the Matrix are from New York. Who knows if they're a Giants or a Jets fan, but it is what it is. But the pick, I fucks with it, and I think Malik Neighbor does go number 2. The world bitch boss, the word typo, world boss. With that being said, this team hasn't been fantasy relevant in a couple of years either. Before they did went on their tanking spree, I think they were 2, maybe 3, probably 2 first round losers when they went to the playoffs. Lost the division, but hence they went and they tanked 2 times in a row. They had the 3rd round pick. They drafted trash last year. So according to Roy from the Rakins crew, Jaden Daniels is a dual threat nightmare and has even set his goal to be the best running quarterback ever. That's big shoes to fill. You got Cunningham, you got Vic, you got Hurt still going out there. That's a lot of that's some good shoes to fill, and I fucks with that. And if that's a bar you set, achieve that shit. For fantasy, this is the music to our ears. World Boss could set a team up at quarterback with the pick and have a quarterback room set for years. With MJH and Neighbors off the board, would you dare go anywhere else? He can't go anywhere else. If Daniels is there, he has to go Daniels because he doesn't have a quarterback. He hasn't had a quarterback for a few years. He hasn't had a quarterback since Brady. You've said it. Everybody else has said it. You can't trust Watson going into the thing. I said last year the dude wasn't. He landed right where I told you was. Dude out there robbing Watson is trash. He has to go Daniels. There is no other pick. There is no other choice. He be in the room talking all that noise. I'm gonna go Neighbors. I'm gonna this that, another. Nigga, you going Daniels. Everybody knows it. So moving on to the ass kickers. It is said the ass kickers and Jonathan Brooks is the best running back in the draft and in a perfect landing spot, but he suffered an ACL tear in November. Panthers have to two capable running backs to start the season, so there is no reason to rush Brooks to the field week 1. Do you pass on such a talent that might not see for real fantasy football starting time till October, November, working himself back from injury? Then again, in a dynasty format, how could you pass on him? I can tell you firsthand knowledge from the ass kickers front office, we can pass on them. And I'm just letting it be known. We can pass on them. Next up, the Black Republicans. This is another team who hasn't been fantasy relevant, probably 4 or 5 years. Accolades. When the last time they were fantasy relevant, I think they made the podium early on in their career in this organization's early days. They were some monsters. Last 4 or 5 years, total trash. Ever since that 2020 or 2021 draft where they shit the bed, they have not been fantasy relevant. So with this pick, Black Republicans, Trey Benson, biggest need is the Black Republicans' biggest need is running back. So drafting one who creates a stack with a QB1 makes perfect sense. And it does. James Conner is 29 with 1 year left on his contract. Big facts. Easily see split carries in year 1 by year 2. Have a bona fide RB1 in a high octane offense. Kyler, MHG, McBride were bitches traded them away, dumbass. And then Trey Benson. In 2 years, that's going to be trouble. That's going to be trouble. And I 100% agree with that if Trey Benson is there. But yes, they need a running back off the board. And even if it does, like with the previous, he don't start getting all the carries till October, November, Trey Benson is worth this pick because he is in a high octane offense. Conner is in his last year of his contract. Conner is 29, and there's nobody behind him. And the person that was behind him, I can't even think of dude's name. He was DeMarcado, Eric DeMarcado. So this is a no-brainer at 5 if Trey Benson is there. Moving on to Hurricane Walker. Shout out to Hurricane Walker. Keon Coleman. Hurricane Walker has Josh Allen and James Cook, which they do. Why not get the Bills' #1 receiver? This pick is perfect for only. I'm sorry. This pick is a perfect for only threat I see if Hurricane Walker falls in love with Brock Bowers. But I'm not sure if that's better than having the Buffalo stack. I agree with this. The Buffalo stack. A lot of people and like we talk about, if you're not in the chat room, you need to get in there. We do a lot. It's and not to even and Roy knowing I'm not shit, not to say he's riding the fence, but he's giving pros and cons to both. So the stack, if you get it and it's good, the UCD Lions made a living off of that shit for years. Ass kickers did it, and they doing it again with the Green Bay stack. If you can't get a stack, that's cool. And if it's a stack that's good, that's great. Josh Allen's the #1 quarterback in fantasy. Of course you want to go ahead and get his wide receiver. So it really only makes sense. There's really no other pick for him for real. The Brock Bowers thing, if he falls in love with Brock Bowers, but he's right. Is that better than having the Buffalo stack? And I just don't see it. To have Keon Coleman, Josh Allen throwing to him, James Cook coming out the backfield, that's a no-brainer. It just is. Moving on. So Sparks Bucks. Shout out to Sparks Bucks. Lord motherfucking Hate. Now, Lord Hate is gonna be doing some some co-hosting down here with me, man. This shit is gonna be wild. This whole when we get to doing these shows. So shout out to Lord Hate. Lord Hate coming in there. He wanna eat y'all cookies. He telling it all the time. He gonna eat y'all cookies. That's a quote. That is a quote. That is a quote. So Sparks Bucks. Rome Umduze. Lord Hate. Rome, I'm not going to read that BPA. I'm going to go ahead and get to you, Roy. BPA. Rome is not a immediate impact situation battling for targets with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. This looks like it'll be a great pick year 2 or any injuries. It is just like JSN, slow start, but the potential will still show as season's end. Now, Rome Umduze is in an excellent spot, but it's still going to, as he said, bar an injury because Keenan Allen's going to command. He's going to command balls. It just is what it is. Plus, what they pay him, he commands a certain level of feeding. DJ Moore was their leading receiver last year, so them two going to be fighting for balls anyway. So now where does that leave Umduze? I agree. I think Allen will go down probably injury because he's probably the oldest. So if Allen or Moore go down, Umduze is going to be a bona fide fucking star. But does Bucks take that chance? Does he sit around and wait around for a what if? Who knows? But that's definitely a good pick if he goes there. All right, moving on to the ass kickers at 8. Brock Bowers. Bowers is a phenom, a talent at tight end, and is a great pick, but the immediate impact might come with Adams as the alpha and head coach wants to run the ball, especially with no elite quarterback. Still could be number 2 option in the passing game. All of those are facts. Adams is going to be the alpha. Adams is going to get his targets regardless. But who else? Who else? There is no who else. And yes, he may want to run the ball. He has Madison. He has White. So between the two of them, they're gonna run the ball. But when those dump offs, those 5-yard crosses, 8-yard crosses, that's Bowers all day. So this pick at number 8 is no brainer. Yes, the ass kickers, Bowers. Got it. So let's see what else we got. Hurricane Walker's at 9. Hurricane Walker, he got this pick. I don't remember how he got this pick, but I know he did a trade and got somebody's 9th pick. Damn, I want to say it might have been it had to be the Champs. Anyway, doesn't matter. Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, based on last year, no one knows much about Hurricane Walker's tendencies outside of he makes very little moves to try to improve his team. With that said, you can no longer count on being a bad team to get the number 1 waiver claim. So getting a QB2 here may be the only chance that team gets to get a backup quarterback worth anything this season. I agree, because Caleb Williams, he's another one that I turned the corner on. I'm not saying dude gonna be bad. I'm saying that he's not going to be your Jalen Hurts, your Lamar Jacksons, your Dak Prescotts, those cats that's going out there just flinging it and throwing it and scoring all these fantasy points. But dude will be a most top 10, top 15 type of quarterback every year. And with all the weapons around him, dude gonna go out there and get his money. But is this Justin Fields all over again? Who knows? Caleb Williams, I've turned the corner a whole lot more on Marvin Harrison Jr. than I have on Caleb Williams. But we'll see. We'll see. I've been wrong before. It happens. Gronk. The Gronk. Ladd McConkey. If Quentin Johnson doesn't develop, which he won't, you're looking at the Chargers' number 1 wide receiver. McConkey can play inside and outside and has a potential to be Justin Herbert's safety net. Ladd is definitely a day 1 starter and a great landing spot. This is 100% correct. The Gronk is not going to pass on Ladd McConkey. Let's see. Ladd McConkey is he's going to be an excellent wide receiver. Some people in the group be hating. And again, a lot of these motherfuckers be trolling and shit, so if they say they was gonna be terrible, then I already said it. But if they end up being great, I was just trolling, I was just fucking around. But I always stand on my word. 100% Ladd McConkey gonna be that dude. Quentin Johnson is trash. And motherfuckers gonna say I'm hating only because of the motherfucker owner, and it's not. Dude is trash. His catch to target ratio was borderline 50%. Just trash. So it is what it is. But I think Ladd McConkey gonna be the number 1. Plus Harbaugh likes what he likes. It just and Harbaugh has no loyalty to Quentin Johnson. He didn't draft that motherfucker. He drafted who the fuck he wanted. And it is what it is. Moving on to 11. The ass kickers. Brian Thompson Jr. Calvin Ridley had 76 catches and 1,016 yards in the spot last year. And we honestly think that's a good baseline for Thomas this year. Getting that type of rookie production at 11 is a great value. Roy from the Rankins crew, you are spot on. You are amazing. That is a 100% great synopsis of Brian Thompson Jr. He's going to go out there, and I think he sees similar numbers, if not better. And to get that type of value at 11, you got to get it. So shout out to Roy from the Rankins crew. 12, El Patron. Adonai Mitchell. Mitchell will be the wide receiver 2 for the Colts offense, but he would complete a stack with the Colts with AR-15, Jonathan Taylor, and now A.D. Mitchell. El Patron could definitely go with another player, but if AR-15 is going to go off, A.D. Mitchell should be the benefit to that. Outside of getting the stack, there could be better options on the board. I don't agree with the last statement. I don't think there are any better options on the board than this pick for the El Patrons, and that's if Mr. Mitchell is there. Could go at 11. You never know. But Mitchell, if he's there at 12, there's no way the Patrons can pass on Mitchell, because the wide receiver 2, they still eat. Shout out to Waddle. Shout out to Smith. But you always one step away from number 1. It's a no-brainer. It just is what it is. You cannot do any better or any different. You can't do better at this pick. You just can't. There's nothing that anybody can say to me that unless he just fucking stinks up the joint during preseason. But I don't. There's no way. Shout out to El Patrons, adding a Mitchell. Mitchell should be a motherfucking El Patron. 13, the ass kickers. Marshawn Lloyd. This pick makes sense for this team and this team only. The ass kickers are all in on the Green Bay offense. To have Josh Jacobs back up in a very young offense makes sense. And by year 2, Lloyd could be the guy in Green Bay. Can you risk somebody else drafting the future RB1 of the Green Bay offense? This pick makes sense, but it's not a lot. Just saying. Now, do you go draft a Marshawn Lloyd high like that at 13 when you take like Zamir White? Zamir White was behind Josh Jacobs, and he's basically sat for 2 years. Do you want to spend a 13 pick on a guy that may sit for a year or 2? Maybe he splits carries. Who knows? But this pick is very interesting and definitely intriguing. Could it happen? You never know. So you could be right. You could be right. The new Northsiders. Shout out to Chuck motherfucking Hogan. What Lord Hate calls what do you say? The color Chuck. That's some funny shit, man. It just is what it is. I'm sorry. Y'all motherfuckers. I know what you're thinking, Roy. I know what you think. Fuck you, nigga. It is what it is. But New Northsiders Fantasy Football Club, Blake Corum. The Fantasy Football spent a lot of money on Kyren Williams. They did. And you can spend that type of money on the Fantasy Football spent a lot of money on Kyren Williams, and you can't spend that type of money on a player. Can you risk not getting his backup? A backup mind coming off the college, considered better player than Williams coming out of college. Corum could possibly do everything Williams can do, but only better. Question, not a statement. Plus, McVay runs hot and cold running backs. I don't want to. I fucking don't want to, but I agree with you 100%. Because, and I say this when I say I don't want to, because when we've talked backups before, why would you spend that kind of money just to get it back? It's insurance. You know, you want the insurance when shit happens. Insurance should be called in case shit. So you won't that motherfucker in case shit happens. You know, you right. Blake Corum is you got to. At 14, he traded away Devontae Adams to get a backup. I don't know. Could Blake Corum be there in second round? And we're gonna do another show on the second round later on. But does Blake Corum go in the first? Can he wait to the second? Because to spend money and sell away your number one wide receiver for pick 14 just to turn around and pick up a backup, I don't rock with that. But that's if that motherfucker there. But I think it's better options out there. And the better options are like right number 15, Xavier Legette. The Gronk at 15, Xavier Legette. The Gronk takes Bryce Young's potential number one. Legette is a late bloomer, but he, with an offensive coach, has a plan and surrounded by some good veteran talent to help him develop. He looks like a grown-ass man. Xavier Legette may not be there at 15. Xavier Legette might fuck around and be a new Northsider. But if he's there at 15, you are absolutely correct. Bryce Young's number one. I agree that he has the potential to be number one, and I actually like Legette. Legette coming out of college is an excellent football player and an excellent wide receiver who runs crisp routes. Y'all know me. I do a little bit. I look at a lot of film. I sit at nurse's station. I sit in my bedroom, just sit there and watch YouTube videos. A lot of film. I like Legette. I really do. So if he's there at 15, no brainer. Unless he wants somebody like number 16, Xavier Worthy. But I still think Legette would be the pick. But Bullyfoots, shout out to the champ, Xavier Worthy. Could Xavier Worthy make it to 16? That's the question I was just asking. I don't know. He doesn't know either. Everybody who gets drafted by KC Chiefs is always assumed to be a future stud, but they've had their fair share of duds. Sky Moore, Darwin Thompson, Kadarius Toney, CEH. Damn it, Roy, you gonna tell me when we get back in the chat room who it was when you watched it? You can put it in the video comments. But who was that rookie that came in with Mahomes that I was so big on? I was hard. Another one of my fucking losses, my fucking L's. Somebody I was completely wrong on. He stuck around for a minute, and Roy ain't gonna know exactly who I'm talking about, but they drafted him the same year that they drafted Mahomes, and I was like, they're gonna come in and have this rookie quarterback, rookie wide receiver kind of relationship, and it just didn't fucking pan out. But Xavier Worthy's fast. On the other side of the ball, you got Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice. All reports on Rashee Rice are that he's probably going to get suspended at some time this season. Team Commish disagrees with that. He thinks that the NFL is going to let the adjudication of the process take place and then divvy out the punishment. But most people, when we were talking on the draft party line Zoom link, shout out to everybody that came to that. It was big fun. Just did a quick survey, and for the most part, everybody believes that Rashee Rice is going to get suspended this year. And it varied from 4 to the whole season. So it just really depends on what's going down. But as of right now, Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown, those are his options. And of course, Kelsey. Other than that, Tony and the rest of the motherfucking bums, it's gonna be these two things, and both of them motherfuckers are Tyreek Hill fast, and Mahomes is probably as accurate as anybody on the deep throw or on a short crossing route. If you get that quick break and you broke somebody's ankles, you faster than them. So this has been the first round mock according to Roy from the Rankins crew and how they see it. Again, these are for entertainment values only. It's just just not even suggestions, entertainment value only. My show is for entertainment value only. just some talking shit, you know what it is. But shout out to everybody that looks, everybody that follows. We gonna keep doing these. I'm gonna do a round 2 and see what's popping. But other than that, man, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for supporting the show. See you motherfuckers on the gridiron. See you motherfuckers in the chat. Holla at you. Peace.